Let's face it, the crypto markets move damn fast, and most of us have to also worry about little inconveniences like work, chores, and dodging the odd pandemic. Which leaves a bit of a conundrum when it comes to finding the time to do the crypto research necessary to make those smart market moves. Sure, if you're a nutter, you could quit that day job to create the time to do all the research you need. However, there is a more sane way to go about things and streamline that research process. Now, given that I spend all my time researching cryptocurrencies to make these videos for you fine people, I've stumbled across a ton of handy tools which I personally use for my own crypto research. Today, I'm going to share 10 crypto tools to help you take your research game to the next level. That way, you won't be depending on any crypto YouTuber for hot coin picks, a much better strategy if you ask me. It's like they say, give a man a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime. And personally, I'd much rather you became a crypto angler just like me. Before I reveal some of the secrets behind my top-notch research skills, I need to tell you another cold, hard truth. Don't let my charm, wit, or affable British demeanour fool you. I am no financial advisor. Henceforth, everything in this production is for informational and educational purposes only. After dropping that bombshell, I want to welcome anyone new to the channel. Howdy and welcome to the Bureau. This channel is the place to be if you are serious about crypto. On it, you'll find top crypto insights, reviews, and analysis. If that sounds like something you want to be in on, then you can join Club Coin Bureau by gently tapping that subscribe button and smashing that cheeky little bell. Do that, and the folks over at YouTube will tell you whenever I release another video. One final thing, I've thoughtfully placed some useful timestamps below. That way, those strapped for time can just jump ahead to the sections of interest. Okay, ready to open that toolbox up? Let's have a rummage. All right, at number 1, I have the Altcoin Season Index, brought to us by the fine folks at blockchaincenter.net. But what's the point of it? For those that have been in these crypto markets for some time, you probably experience the frustration of being pretty much all in on altcoins and seeing them plummet in value or stand still while Bitcoin season is in full swing. Yep, losing those sats kinda hurts. So, why is this such a bummer? After all, some of those altcoins might be break-even in USD terms. Well, here's the reason. Most crypto veterans measure the success of an altcoin trade against Bitcoin and not the US dollar. So, why is that? Well, some people literally just view altcoins as a way to leverage their Bitcoin and give them the opportunity to stack more sats. Others just think of Bitcoin as the benchmark in these markets. So, if you outperform Bitcoin, you're outperforming the market and vice versa. It's the same logic that traditional financial wizards use when they throw around the term alpha gains. After all, how good is that stock picker if they only generated the same gain as an index fund? Anywho, what all that means is that it is usually optimal to have the majority of your crypto portfolio in Bitcoin before Bitcoin season takes off, and a hefty altcoin position before alt season blasts off. Cycle in and out of Bitcoin and altcoins at the right time, and you're probably in line for some pretty crazy gains. Now, I'm sure you're like me and want to get in and out of Bitcoin and altcoins at just the right time. Alas, if only it were that easy. However, I do occasionally use this altcoin season index to help me position my portfolio weightings. That index is made up of a score of 0 to 100, with a score under 25 indicating that Bitcoin season is in full swing, and a score above 75 being alt season. Personally, I like to dollar cost average and increase my altcoin positions when this index is below 25, and start cycling my altcoins into Bitcoin once the index creeps above 75. That way, I realize the increase in sat value in those altcoins while they're hot and acquire more altcoins when their Satoshi prices are relatively low. Of course, this is by no means a bulletproof method, and the truth is that picking the right altcoin to get the best gains in alt season is still important. However, I have found this tool very useful when it comes to balancing the blend of alts and BTC in my portfolio. If you want more of an overview of choosing when to sell your alts, then be sure to check out my video on that, linked to in the top right. For my second research tool pick, I'm going to go with CryptoQuant. This data analytics website gives you graphical visualizations for BTC, ETH, stablecoin, and altcoin fund flows. All that helps give you a better understanding of what other people are doing in the market. One thing I find particularly useful is looking at the chart for all exchanges' net flows. This helps me get a sense of the net inflow or outflow of funds from crypto exchanges. Now, I don't know about you, but the only time I've ever personally sent crypto to an exchange is to sell it. Conversely, if I'm withdrawing funds from an exchange, it's with the intention of hodling. So, if exchange net inflows are going through the roof, I do view that as an indicator of a potential market dump. But there are other players in the crypto markets apart from speculators like you and me, and that would be miners. CryptoQuant has you covered with a plethora of data and gives you access to charts showing the all miners outflow for cryptos like BTC. If miners are moving funds around, then that could be an indication that they are about to dump some of those coins on the market. You can then improve your read on the situation there by looking at inter-entity flows and checking a chart like the all miner to all exchanges flow. That's the total amount of crypto transferred by all miners to exchanges. I mean, what do you think a miner is doing sending crypto to an exchange? It's pretty likely they're wanting to sell, right? This is something that you would have been able to have seen in the recent miner dumps which brought Bitcoin below 50k recently. The point here is that you can use all that data on fund flows on CryptoQuant to help give you a better picture of what's going on in the markets and position your portfolio appropriately. My third research tool has to be Coinmarketcal. In a nutshell, this is a cryptocurrency calendar which tells you about all the important upcoming events for that crypto project you may have had your eye on. So, let's say I'm interested in acquiring Avalanche and I'm wondering what events are in the pipeline that could impact upon the price of AVAX. Sure, I could spend hours trawling through their Twitter, Medium, and Telegram groups. Or I could search for Avalanche in CoinMarketCal and bring up all the listed upcoming events for a specific time period. So, within seconds, I've been able to determine that there is some partnership with BZX protocol going on, European stablecoins are incoming, and that staking and NFT support is happening real soon. Sure, I might want to research those events in more detail and make a judgment call if I think they will be positive or negative for price action. However, I now know they are in the pipeline and that helps focus my research. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who flags up these events on CoinMarketCal? Well, it's actually a community-driven site and the events are validated by the community. So if there are any fake events there, they're going to attract a ton of downvotes. So be sure to check that before acting on an event here. Some of my friends are honestly awestruck with my seemingly masterful knowledge of upcoming events for every crypto under the sun. Well, the truth is that I simply search on CoinMarketCal under the table and list some of the upcoming events of that hot altcoin I've been asked about. So yeah, if my buddy Mike is watching, well, now you know my big secret. At number 4, I have Glassnode. Seriously, when it comes to on-chain market indicators for Bitcoin or Ethereum, this is the tool you need. But how can this on-chain data be useful to you? Well, one thing that any aspiring crypto millionaire will want to know is if the market cap top or bottom is in. After all, winning in any market is theoretically easy. Buy low and sell high. However, I think we all know that it's a wee bit more tricky than that. One metric that I personally find really useful to guide me in that is the NUPL, which is shorthand for net unrealized profit and loss. What this indicator shows is how much of the crypto's circulating supply is in profit or loss at any given point in time. Basically, if we have a situation where the vast majority of people are in an unrealized profit, then we're probably in a euphoria stage of the market cycle. However, if a ton of people are wrecked on paper and sitting on an unrealized loss, then this is an indication of capitulation. So, you probably don't need me to tell you that it's usually a good idea to sell into euphoria and buy into capitulation. The NUPL on Glassnode is one of the main indicators I use to help me determine that. I'm going to level with you. There are a bunch of super useful stats on Glassnode, but I frankly can't squeeze them all into this video. However, I will quickly go over one more interesting stat available there, and that would be the number of new and active addresses. That gives you a top-level overview of the growth of crypto markets. A lot of new addresses probably is a solid indication that newbies are jumping in. You can get access to Tier 1 metrics for free. Just know that stats will have a 24-hour lag time. However, if you want to access even more stats and to use shorter timeframes, you'll need to pay $29 a month for the advanced version of Glassnode. For the true crypto data fiends out there, you can get the Pro version for an eye-watering $799 per month. However, if I'm being honest, the advanced version should be more than good enough for most people. My fifth research tool is going to be CoinDance. Honestly, this is the go-to website if you're interested in monitoring things like hash rates, network nodes, transactions, and things like that. However, what I personally use CoinDance for is to get a bird's eye view of the wider crypto environment and to see how crypto adoption is going in various countries. You can do all that by checking out local Bitcoins, Paxful, and BISC volume data broken down by country. Many of you will be well aware of the inflation situation in Venezuela, and it still seems that Bitcoin is being chosen by a ton of people there as a store of value. Another country seeing a big surge in local Bitcoin's trade volume would be Egypt. Now, I'm not sure what the driving force behind this is. However, you can be sure that I'll be looking into it as soon as I finish shooting this video. Oh, and while I'm on the subject, I have actually done a video on crypto adoption around the world. So be sure to give that a gander after this video. Anyway, other handy stats are things like Bitcoin and blockchain search volume on Google. Yes, this is a lagging indicator. However, if you see that search volume hitting all-time highs, then it is probably a pretty good indicator that the masses are piling into crypto. So yes, you could use that data to help you decide whether or not to take profits. If you're interested in top-level stats, then CoinDance is the place to go. What I've gone over is just a fraction of what's available. So if you are interested in monitoring macro crypto stats, then be sure to check it out. My sixth handy research tool is for those crypto traders out there. That would be 3 commas. Now, I know it's easy to kid yourself that the crypto strategy you've developed is one that can really crush the markets. However, how sure are you? As I'm the sort of guy that likes to cross my T's and dot my I's, I kind of want to get a better idea of how good that trading strategy actually is. So, some 3 commas community members have created a backtest to test your strategy against historical price data. But I imagine you know the age-old saying, past results are no indication of future returns. It's tempting to look at historical price data and formulate a strategy that works perfectly for what happened in the past. But let's face it, we only really care about future gains. So, an even better way to test that strategy is to simulate it in real-time forward testing. Paper trading on 3 commas basically gives you that simulation environment and allows you to test your strategies in real time with play money. It also gives you the opportunity to test your trading skills and to experiment without the stress of losing a lot of crypto. Honestly, folks, paper trading is the way I tell everyone learning TA to practice those skills before moving on to the real thing. The one downer here is that paper trading on 3 commas does not simulate liquidity. There is no order book simulation here at all. That might be a deal breaker for those looking to trade huge amounts or those who want to trade exotic trading pairs with low liquidity. However, this is really not an issue for those who would be looking to trade highly liquid markets like USDT to BTC trading pairs. Oh yes, if you're interested in learning more about technical analysis, then you'll want to watch my complete beginner's guide to it. Be sure to hit that link in the top right so you can come back to it after this video. Anywho, if you want to use paper trading on 3 commas to put your sick crypto trading strategy to the test, you'll need to get at least the starter plan on 3 commas. That will set you back $14.50 a month, and there are more premium plans available to unlock even more features. The point here is that all that seems like a small price to pay to test that trading strategy, particularly for those that are looking to get involved with quite a bit of money. At number 7, I have ByBt. This is a derivative data analytics tool. It's for the more experienced traders out there who like to use derivative markets data to formulate their trading strategy. This includes things like futures and options open interest, funding rates, and longs versus shorts, all across a range of different exchanges. You may also want to check out the liquidation tab, where you can see the total liquidations taking place across the market. You can get a sense of how many highly leveraged traders have just been wrecked by that violent Bitcoin move. Something else that I really like to look at is the data from Grayscale. ByBt actually tracks the trust inflows and outflows for all of the funds on record. It also lists the holdings per share and the price of each of these shares and backs out the Grayscale premium. For those of you who watch any of my videos, you'll note that I like to use Grayscale data to get a sense of what institutional money is doing. Grayscale fund flows are a good barometer for that. Oh, and check this out. It brings together the futures order books from all of the exchanges into one location. So you can get a more complete view of exactly how participants are positioned in the futures market. Yes, there are alternatives like skew.com. However, unless you want to shell out an arm and a leg after the 14-day free trial, this one is not for you. It also makes me wonder if Skew is just offering that trial to collect the emails of crypto traders. My 8th research tool on the list is CryptoPanic. All right, so I'm sure many of you have spent countless hours pulling up numerous news articles when researching a crypto project. Honestly, it's a bit of a nightmare scouting around and pulling all that information together. I also hate feeling like I'm not constantly up to speed with the latest news hitting the wires. If that's a problem you've had, then you are going to want a crypto news aggregator like CryptoPanic. In short, this tool trawls through a ton of trusted news websites and social media accounts to give you the latest news on all of the crypto space. That is pretty damn useful for when that altcoin you're holding is blasting off and you don't have the foggiest idea why. It also might help you identify the types of events that are good for the price action of projects and what to look out for in the future. If you want to save yourself hours going through numerous different news websites with endless ad spam, then CryptoPanic should be a fave on your browser tabs. The 9th crypto tool on my list is Messari. This is the king of crypto research aggregation, if you ask me, and is my first port of call when I'm trying to unearth a hidden gem of an altcoin. It also has numerous features that allow you to see what is trending in the markets, to scout those coins, and to analyze them. So yes, one for those who want to take a data-driven approach when identifying altcoin prospects. I often use the Messari screener, which basically gives you a ton of ways to sort coin data by customizing filters. That allows you to sift through projects by a huge range of stats like liquid market, reported volume, transaction fees, volatility, and more. Another neat thing is that you can filter projects by sector. Now that sounds basic. However, it's damn useful if you're looking for small cap plays in hot sectors like DeFi, for example. Oh yes, and if you're a microcap gem hunter, you'll also want to filter by market cap too. That way, you can hone in on some of the smaller market cap tokens that have a much larger upside potential. Here is another really handy tool that you can use. We all know that the reported exchange volume is still slightly problematic. I mean, you have some pretty questionable exchanges reporting huge trade volumes, which creates the illusion that there is a bunch of interest in a project. Messari has addressed that wash trading issue by creating a list of 10 exchanges that it deems trustworthy. They will then report the volume from these separately. This gives you a better understanding of the real trading action on a project. There are just so many ways you can use Messari. However, I personally use it to create a short list of projects to do deeper research into. That whole process of screening out projects with those filters seriously streamlines that research process. You can get access to basic features on Messari for free. However, if you want access to advanced stats, you're going to have to go for the Pro option, which will set you back $25 per month. My 10th and final pick is TradingView. Now, I'm sure that many of you probably already use it, and if you don't, then you'll know someone who does use it. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. However, the short overview of it is that it's a cloud-based charting and social networking platform. For example, if you wanted to get a sense of how some of the top crypto TA experts were positioning their portfolios, then you can hop over to the cryptocurrency market section and look at the Ideas tab. Here you'll find a bunch of crypto forecasts by numerous different traders. If you're a bit of a lurker like me, then you can gauge the overall sentiment of the trading community by seeing if the majority of forecasts are bullish or bearish and what price targets traders are keeping their eyes on. You can then combine that information with other data from tools mentioned in this video to make an informed choice of where you think the market will go and position your portfolio accordingly. All right, team, that's about all I have time for today, but I do have a few closing thoughts. The truth is that there are many people out there who just jump on coins mentioned by crypto YouTubers. However, I imagine that most simply intend to bring the project to your attention so you can do your own research and make up your own mind on it. Well, that's what I do anyhow. When it comes to that deeper research, I personally prefer to take a more data-driven approach and use multiple different indicators from some of the different tools I've mentioned in this video. Yes, using these tools effectively does take some practice. But, as they say, practice makes perfect. Once you've got used to using them, I can nearly guarantee you'll be scouring those crypto projects much more efficiently and at a deeper level. A friend of mine shared a pretty wise saying many years ago. He told me that a good teacher doesn't tell you what to do, but shows you how to think and make a decision for yourself. That pearl of wisdom stuck with me and has been a bit of a guiding principle ever since I started this channel. Anyhow, that's the main reason why I thought it was important to create this video and let you know about these research tools. If you're interested in giving any of them a spin, then I've linked to all the tools mentioned in the description below. Right, folks, now I want to hear your thoughts. Are there any tools that I've missed out? Have you got any questions for me? Use the comments for all of that. Oh, one more thing. If you can't get enough of the Bureau and this crypto guy, then you'll want to check out my socials page. And I've actually started a new TikTok channel with my partner in crime, Messari. So if you're interested in seeing what the latest addition to the Coin Bureau Dream Team has to say, or if you want to find my Instagram and podcasts, then you're going to want to check all of that out. Finally, don't forget to drop a like on this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you loved it. Now, I think you know there is a lot of crypto homework for you to get on with, so class dismissed.